What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another trade recap. So today, these were the levels that I marked out. Let me just turn these on right quick. Right, so I marked out the London high, the Asian low. I marked out these lows right here, and this bullish 15-minute fair value gap. So on the higher time frame, I was thinking that we were bullish, but to the left, we did sweep this previous New York high right there. But I was expecting us to tap into that 15-minute bullish fair value gap, and then I was going to look for longs, or even if we were to sweep this low or this low, I was going to look for longs. But right at open, we dumped very, very strongly all the way down, took out all these lows to the left, and then we have this 15-minute bullish fair value gap right here that we tapped into. So once we took out all these lows, I was like, all right, we got this 15-minute holding us up, right? That 15-minute is also an hourly bullish fair value gap. So because price was very, very bearish, this was a riskier trade, but I got all my confluences, so I still decided to enter it. So once we swept that low and tapped into the 15-minute fair value gap, all I was waiting for was a CISD and a fair value gap to form, or an inverse fair value gap, which we got. If you look right here, we got an inverse fair value gap. We got our CISD right here. And then we also have this bullish fair value gap right there. So once we tap into this bullish fair value gap, I entered the trade, right? Yes, I think I took 6 micros. And then on the higher time frame, the 15, this was a bearish fair value gap, right? And because price was so bearish, that was my first TP, right? So you can see right here, this big 15-minute bearish fair value gap. I'm just going to delete that so it's easier to see the trade. But as soon as we tap that bearish fair value gap, I took profit half of my position, right? And then I moved my stop to BE. Because since it looks very bearish, I was thinking, all right, if we're truly bearish, we're probably going to respect that bearish fair value gap, right? And if I get, if it does reverse, at least I protected my risk, and I already took profit. So I made 250 on that trade, and then I got stopped out of the rest at break even. And then yeah, that was pretty much the trade, right? So if it was truly bullish and if we were really reversing, we should have kept going, right? So that's why I moved my stop to BE. I just wanted to secure my profits and take the risk off of the table, right? So as soon as we get that, right, I see that we tapped into that bearish fair value gap on the 15-minute. We immediately get a CISD, and then we inverse this gap right here, this bullish fair value gap. Once we inverse that and we tap back into it, I entered another trade. But because the stop loss was pretty high, I was, very wary during this trade, right? So when we took out this low right here that I marked out, I moved my stop to BE, and then I ended up getting stopped at BE, right? And we then tapped into this bearish fair value gap, and then I would have hit my full TP, but I didn't want to risk that much money because this would have been like, that's a really big stop loss for a TP that's only down here, right? So I got stopped out of that, and then I called it a day. Those were my 2 trades for the day, and then that was pretty much it. All right, so that's pretty much the trade recap. Made 250, small little trade, but we come back tomorrow. And yeah, hope y'all got some value from this video. Comment, like, subscribe, check out my socials, all that. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.